Welcome to Powerviz. In this walkthrough, we are diving into the Powerviz Rose Donut Pie Chart, a versatile visual that combines 4 chart types into one. Whether you're showcasing parts of a whole or spotting trends with a unique twist, this visual has everything you need: advanced styling, conditional formatting, and dynamic features that make your data come to life. Ready to explore? Let's get started. Let's start by importing the visual into our Power BI report. I'm going to click on these 3 ellipses here and then select Get More Visuals. This will take you to the Appsource where you can download the visual. I'm going to search here for Rose, and then this is the visual that you will have to click on, and click on Add here to add this visual to your Power BI report. Let's add this visual to our Power BI report. Let's start by adding in the fields into our visual. I'm going to drag the company here into the category section, and then I'm going to bring in the profit into the measure. And you can see that we have our donut chart by default created. And let's head over to the advanced settings and explore the different options that are available in this visual. Let's first head to the chart options. Like I said earlier, there are 4 different chart options to choose from. The default one is the donut chart. If you would like to change this into a rose pie chart, you can do that. I'm going to click on apply, and now you're seeing a rose pie chart in the visual. Let's go back into the chart options, and then you also have rose donut chart. I'm going to click on apply. You now have a rose donut chart. Let's go back into the chart options. And the last option that we have here is a pie chart, and then click on apply. We now have a pie. So all 4 different chart types are available within one single visual. The next section here under chart options is the chart styles. Every single chart type has different chart styles that you can choose from. You have your full circle, 270-degree circle. When I click on apply, you can see a 270-degree circle applied into our chart here. And then we also have a semicircle, and then click on apply. You have a semicircle now. Likewise, you also have a custom option where you get to select the start angle, the end angle, the center X and center Y, and the overall size as well. You can also control the rotation and the donut hole in terms of percentage. If you want to increase that, you can simply click on apply, and you can create a custom visual or custom chart style of your choice. All of these options are available for these various charts as well. If you want to configure the rose pie in a different style, you can do that. As an example, you can select the 270 circle, click on apply. You now have the rose chart appearing in a 270 circle style. You can control the rotation angle as well. If you want to change the rotation of this visual, simply enter the value and then click on apply. You can see that our visual is now rotated. Let's go back into chart options. We also have an option here called animation style, which will pop out on mouse over or shrink on mouse over. Let's take an example of this. When I hover over this, you will see that it is popping out. These arcs here are popping out. Likewise, we also have an option here where it can shrink on the mouse over. When you hover over this, you see that this is getting shrink. There is also an option here called none. So when you select this, you no longer have the mouse pop over. Let's head to the next setting here, which is arc settings, where you can control the corner radius and the padding. When I increase the corner radius to, let's say, about 10 and then click on apply, you can see that we now have rounded corners. Likewise, I can also increase the padding. If I increase this to about 5 and click on apply, you can see that the padding between the arcs has now increased. You can also enable stroke here and choose the width of your choice and also a color of your choice. If you want a red color stroke, we can simply increase the width, select the color, and then click on apply. We now have a stroke applied to our arcs. Let's head to the next section here, which is data colors. We have various color palettes for you to choose from. We have a single color palette where you can just apply one single color to your entire visual. Likewise, we also have Power BI theme where you can apply the Power BI theme of your choice. If you change the theme here, you will be able to see the different colors getting applied to your visual. The next option that we have here is the gradient category. You can choose the gradient here either by sequence or by value. Let's choose value here, and you can also enable a mid color of your choice and then click on apply. You now have a gradient applied to your visual. And then we also have the option here to choose the colors by categories. For example, if you want Facebook to appear in blue, you can do that. Then click on apply, click on apply. You now have Facebook appearing in blue. And then we have a sequential color palette where we have various options here for you to choose from. If you choose magenta here and click on apply, we now have a sequential colors applied to our visual. And then we have diverging color palettes. We have all of these different colors here for you to choose from. And then the last option that we have here is the qualitative color palettes. There are various color palettes here again for you to choose from. You can choose any of them of your choice and then apply to the visual. Now let's head to the next section here, which is data labels. We have two different kind of data labels. One is the data labels within the arcs, and then we also have leaf labels. When you turn off the data labels and click on apply, you no longer see the data labels here. Let's toggle this on, and then we have the first option that we have under data labels is to choose the orientation. We have curved, horizontal, and linear. When I select curved, click on apply, you have this curved data label appearing here. And when I choose this to horizontal and then click on apply, you have horizontal data labels here. And then if you want linear, you can choose that as well. The next option here is to choose the display style. You can either choose to display just the category information here, which is the company names, or if you would like to choose more information, like we have the data value, we have category and data value, we have percentage of total, category and percentage of total, data value and percentage of total, or all detail labels. I can click on all detail labels here and click on apply. And now you'll be able to see we have the company name, we have the value being displayed, and also the percentage being displayed here. Let me quickly increase the size so that you'll be able to see this better. We also have an option here where you can choose a custom label of your choice. All you have to do is create a measure here. For example, I have created a measure here called number of orders, which is distinct count of the order ID. If I bring in the number of orders here into the data label section and then head to the custom label, select number of orders and then click on apply, you will see that we're now displaying the number of orders on our visual. You can also choose a font family here of your choice, and then styling, you can change this to bold, italics, or underline. And then we also have an option here for auto text size. When you turn this off, you'll be able to choose the text size of your choice. If I drop this to 10, click on apply, you will see that the size of the labels has now changed. Let's scroll down. We also have an option here for text color. You can either choose auto or contrasting text colors, or you can choose a fixed color here. For example, if you want this to appear in blue, you can choose that, click on apply. You now have data labels appearing in blue. Now let's head to the next section, which is leaf labels. When I toggle this on, you will see that we have the display style. Again, we have various options here for you to choose from. You also have the custom label. Within the arcs, let's say I want to display the company name, and outside of the arc, I want to display the data value. I can do that here. I can simply select data value and then click on apply. And you can see that our data value is being displayed outside of the arc, which is nothing but called as the leaf label here. And then we also have the font family, styling, font size, colors, etc. Now let's head to the next section, which is image labels. Image labels are your base64 encoded images. I have a column here called base64. I'm going to bring that into the image field here, and then let's go back into the image labels and toggle this on. You'll be able to choose to display whether you want to display in the inner arc or the outer arc. Let's choose outer for now, and display style here, first image 64, and then you can also choose the size and then click on apply. And now you can see that we are displaying the company logos outside of our arcs. And if you would like to display them within the arc, you can choose the inner here and then click on apply. You now have those company logos appearing within the arcs. You can also control the size of the images here. For example, if you want to increase this to about 50, click on apply. You now have larger images appearing within your arcs. Now let's head to the next section, which is fill patterns. You can enable fill patterns here and choose the pattern of your choice. You can choose either by category. Let's say, for example, for Apple, you would like to have these circles here and then click on apply. You now have the pattern applied to the Apple category. Likewise, I have various fill patterns here which you can choose from. For example, for NVIDIA, if you'd like to have these flowing lines, you can choose that. And now a fill pattern is applied to NVIDIA. And likewise, let's go back into fill patterns. You can also control the border width, etc. Now let's head to the next section, which is ranking. Before I start explaining about this, let me go back here, get rid of the company that we have. Instead, I'm going to add the category column here. Now let's go back into the advanced settings. Under ranking, we see that we can rank them either by top or bottom. By default, when you enable ranking, top N is applied here and the count is 5. And then when you click on apply, you have your top 5 categories being displayed here, and the remaining categories are grouped as others. If you don't want to group them as others, all you have to do is uncheck this box and then click on apply. You will continue to display the top 5 categories here, and then you can play around with this count here. Let's say if you want to display top 10 categories, you can do that, and now you have your top 10 categories appearing on your visual. Let's go back into ranking here, and then likewise we also have bottom N. If you would like to see, let's say, bottom 5 categories and then click on apply, these are your bottom 5 categories. You can also group the remaining as others here and then click on apply. Your top categories are now grouped as others. Now let's head to the next section here, which is sorting. Let's enable this on, and then you can choose how you want to sort them, by sum of profit or number of orders or by category. Let me choose sum of profit here, and then you have the sort order ascending or descending, and then click on apply. By default, it is sorted in the descending order. When I change this to ascending and then click on apply, you now have this sorted in the descending order. Now let's head to the next section, which is center circle. Center circle is the center section of the visual where you'll be able to display additional information. Let's start by adding in a layer here. You can add 4 different kind of information here. We can add a text, we can add a measure, we can add an icon, or we can add an image as well. Let's start by adding in a text here. I'm gonna start by typing in as test description, and then you have an option here to choose your font family, styling, text size, color, etc., and then click on save layer, click on save. You now have the text appearing in the center circle. Now let's go back into center circle. You can add as many layers as you want. When I click on add new layer, I can now add a measure as well. Let's say if you'd like to display the number of orders, choose the field aggregation here. You have various aggregations to choose from. You have sum, min, max, average, count. Let's choose sum because I would like to see the total number of orders, and then the font family, styling, text size, color, etc., and then click on apply, click on save. And now you have the total number of orders being displayed in your center circle. Let's quickly go back into the number of orders here and then reduce the size to about 10, and then click on apply, click on save, and now you have the number of orders being displayed here. Likewise, you can also add an icon here of your choice. There are various icons that are available, and then let's say for example I want to add the star. Choose the icon size here, choose the color. Let's say if you want to add an orange star, click on apply, click on save, and now you have a star appearing or an icon appearing in your center circle. And then let's go back into add layer again. You can also add an image of your choice, but make sure the size of the image is not more than 500 KB. Let's head to the next section here, which is Mouseover Text, and then let's enable this. You'll be able to choose the display style here. For example, let's choose all display labels here. You have an option here to choose the text style, font family, styling, text size, color. Likewise, you have an option here to choose the font family, styling, text size, and color for the value styles, and then click on apply. And then when I hover over these categories, you're able to see the category, you're able to see the value, you're also able to see the percentage appearing in your center circle, making this chart a very dynamic visual. Now let's head over to the next section, which is conditional formatting. I'm going to click on add new rule. You can add a rule based on either value, percentage, or ranking. Let us say, for example, I would like to color code my top 3 categories in a particular color. I can enter the value here as 3 and then choose a color here of my choice. Let's say you want to go ahead with this green color and then click on apply, click on save. You now have this green color applied to your top 3 categories. Or if you want to add a rule here based on value, you can do that as well. You can apply this to a measure or a category. We have some more options here. You can click on these annotations here and then select create, and then you can add an annotation of your choice. This is, let me type in as this is a test annotation. If you want to convey additional information about a particular data point in your data set, you can use annotation and then simply click on apply. You have an annotation added here. When somebody hovers over that, you'll be able to see the annotation that you added. And then we also have an option here where you can convert this into a grid view. You'll be able to see the data in tabular format. We have some more options available here under the format section where you'll be able to change the visual settings. You can control to display the advanced settings button on or off here, the annotations, the grid view, all of that can be controlled from the format tab. And then we have the number formatting. You can choose the decimal separator, the thousand separator, the value decimal places that you want to display, the percentage decimal places that you want to display, scaling, prefix, suffix, etc. And then we also have an option here to add a footer. For example, I can add a footer here. For more info, visit Powerviz website. And then you can also add a divider here. You can choose various formatting options that are available here. You can also control the legend from the format tab here. If you want to change the position of the legend, let's say if you want to display them at top center, you can do that from here. You can also add a legend title and maximum length, color, font size, font family, etc. All of that details related to the legend can be controlled from the format tab. And that wraps up our walkthrough of the Powerviz Rose donut pie chart. With its 4-in-1 flexibility, stunning customization options, and dynamic features, this visual can transform the way you present your data in Power BI. So, are you ready to revolutionize your data visualization? Download the Powerviz Rose Donut Pie Chart today and take advantage of free trial. Download it now from Appsource or our website and unlock the full potential of your data.